Lows and Highs of Adrien Agreste, the Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction written by Black Cat's Butterflies. Voice and record, Harpsigirl. Illustrations, Black Cat's Butterflies. Chapter 3. Summary. Maybe searching Adrien's bag isn't the best way to respect his privacy. Doesn't mean Marinette isn't going to do it. You wanna talk about something? Marinette heard Adrien say. Yeah, we have like 2 minutes before lunch. Can we just step outside real quick? Nino asked. He caught Marinette's eye and winked. Everyone was already leaving the classroom, including Miss Bastia. This was her chance. You're gonna slip the note in now? Alia asked her. What? Oh, yeah! Marinette stuttered. That's right, she was supposed to be slipping a love letter into his bag. Sure, 1 sec, Adrien said, reaching for his stuff. Leave it here, Nino said. We'll only be outside for like 2 minutes. Adrien looked hesitantly at his bag. Okay, sure. He seemed worried, but slowly walked out with Nino. Yes. Marinette carefully crept towards the bag. She could see the boys through the door's window, meaning if they looked over, they would see her too. She had to be swift about this. She reached his desk and carefully picked it up. Her heart pounded as she opened the first zipper. The pocket was full of those needles that she had seen last week. She zipped it closed and went to the next pocket. A white... How would you even describe that? An oval? It wasn't really an oval, but she didn't have too much time to look without Alia getting suspicious. As she put it back, she noticed a tiny screen and a few buttons on the oval's surface, as well as what seemed like a charging port on the top. It seemed too thin for a charger though. Also in the case were 2 small containers with lids and another white thing she didn't know how to describe. She moved on to the final pocket. Inside was a blue rectangular fabric cover. It was cold and a little bit wet. Maybe a cooler for something? She opened the flap at the top and almost choked when she saw it. A reusable drug injector. Fuck. She immediately looked for the label and read it. The classroom door started to open. Marinette put the contents back into the bag and zipped it closed so fast she was surprised she didn't rip off the zipper. She threw it back on the desk just in time before the boys walked back inside. You okay, Marinette? Adrien asked when he spotted her. You seem a bit flustered. Me? She replied. Nah, I'm cool, chill, fantabulous, absolutely not flustered at all. Don't know where you got that idea. She slowly moved backwards to her desk to grab her backpack. I'm like a cucumber, I'm so cool. She yelled, grinned an awkward grin. Okay, he chuckled, a small smile gracing his face. Me and Alia should probably go get on the lunch line before it gets too long, she said, taking Alia's hand and leading her to the door. It was so nice talking to the two of you, but right now we should really get a move on, right, Alice? Her best friend raised an eyebrow. Yeah? See you guys after lunch? The girls walked outside and Marinette all but collapsed onto Alia, letting out a breath. Well, they heard Nino's voice from inside the classroom. That's Marinette for you. Yeah, Adrien's voice sighed affectionately. That's Marinette. Girl, Alia laughed as they headed down the stairs. When was the last time you talked like that? Today's an off day, okay? Her best friend defended. All I'm saying is it's been like a year. Wait, she turned to Marinette with excitement. Does this mean you put the note in his bag? Like you didn't chicken out this time? Oh, no, I did, she lied. Lord, Alia whined. What am I gonna do with you? Marinette let out a forced chuckle but remained silent for the rest of the trip to the cafeteria and most of lunch. On the inside, she was absolutely panicking. Adrien is doing drugs. Adrien is doing drugs. Adrien is doing drugs. She felt really guilty for going through his stuff, but it was a good thing she did. Now she can help him. As soon as she was able to compose herself, she opened up her phone, going to her messages app, and saw a text. Nino. "Did you do it?" Marinette sighed. "No, I'm sorry. I chickened out." "Ned, I had to keep going on about UMS 4 coming out next month. He asked why we needed to talk about it in private." "I know. I'm the worst." "It's fine. Don't worry. We can try again later." "Yep. Thank you, though." "No problem." She exited the conversation and went back to her contact list, clicking on a different number. "Hey, I gotta talk to you. Can we meet up tomorrow at some point? Privately?" Adrien. "Yeah, sure. Are you okay?" "I'm fine. It's important though." "Wanna go somewhere for lunch tomorrow?" "Sounds perfect." "Great. I'll ask my father. Just let me know." "You asked him out?" Alia squealed, and Marinette realized she'd been reading over her shoulder as they ate the lunch. "What? No!" "Seemed like you did to me," her friend smirked. I just need to talk to him about something." Marinette defended herself, and they heard the warning bell ring. She started packing up her stuff and went to throw out her trash. "Whatever you say," Alia called after her as she left. "Drugs that started with H," Marinette typed into her computer. "Marinette, what are you doing?" Tiki flew up to her desk. "I was rushing because Adrien and Nino were walking into the classroom," she sighed. "I only got a glance of what he was using." She pressed enter and looked at the first Google search result. The list was marked in alphabetical order. She scrolled to the H section. "I don't know any of these," she sighed. "Humibit, Humera, Humalog, Humagen, "Marinette?" Tiki asked, and she turned to her. I know, I'll stop," she said, clicking the X on the Google tab. "I should hear it from Adrien. I'm meeting him tomorrow for lunch anyway." "Good," Kwame smiled, floating over to nuzzle her holder's cheek. "I know you're worried, and I know it's hard, but I'm sure it's better to learn his side of the story." Marinette smiled sadly. "I just want him to be happy and healthy and safe." "You're a really good person, Marinette," Tiki said, "and an even better friend." "Thank you, Tiki." "My father said I can make my own plans for lunch today," Adrien said excitedly the next day. Marinette smiled at him, though her stomach churned. "Great. Can we go to my house?" she asked, and Adrien nodded. "See you two after lunch," Nino called, a smirk gracing his face. "Have fun," Alia said, also grinning. She winked at them, and Marinette gulped. She'd already told them this was not a date, and that she wasn't asking him out. But her friends just didn't believe her. "Bye, guys," Adrien called, and he gestured towards the door. The two headed down the school steps and started to the bakery. "So, she cleared her throat. "I said I wanted to talk. Are you okay with doing it before we eat? It's really important." "Yeah, sure, Marinette," he said. She could see some concern in his eyes. "What's wrong?" Can we wait until we get upstairs?" She looked at the floor, fiddling with her sweatshirt sleeves. "Okay." They reached the front door and Adrien held it open for her. "Thanks," she said. "Adrien!" Sabine smiled as they walked into the bakery. "It's so nice to see you, honey." She came from behind the counter to give him a hug. "Hi, Mrs. Jenk," he greeted her. "Sabine, dear," she corrected. "I believe I've told you that before." "Sorry." "No need to apologize, sweetheart." She patted his arm. "I just want you to know that you're always welcome here." Adrien sent her a grateful smile as she walked back to the register. "Are you here for lunch?" "Yes, if that's okay." What did I just say? We adore having you here. And I know Marinette does too. She winked at her daughter. Okay, Mama. Marinette rolled her eyes, taking Adrien's hand and leading him to the back. We only have so much time to eat. All right. Sabine laughed as a bell rang, signaling a customer had walked through the door. I cooked some homemade mac and cheese on a break a little while ago. It should still be hot. Adrien stopped, a nervous look crossing his face. Do you know how many cups are in a serving? Oh, I'm not sure, dear, Sabine answered. Maybe 60? Perfect, thank you. He sighed and Marinette gave him an odd look. Sabine turned towards the customer and the teens walked into the kitchen. Tom was inside working on filling a batch of eclairs. Hello, Macaroon! Oh, Adrien, it's nice to see you, son. Adrien's smile widened. As far as Marinette could tell, he loved hearing her father say that. Since the two had become closer friends, aka since she stopped stuttering, he'd been coming over more often, and her parents absolutely adored Adrien. He had once told her that the bakery felt more like home than his own did, which was a bit sad, but Marinette was glad that this was a safe space for him, which is why it was the perfect place to talk. Her stomach flipped again. She really didn't want to have this conversation, but it was necessary. She just hoped Adrien wouldn't be too mad that she snooped. Hello, Mr. Tom, Adrien grinned. Are you staying for lunch? Yes. Well, enjoy, Tom smiled. My wife makes the best mac and cheese in Paris. Adrien laughed. I don't doubt that at all, he said. Tom patted his back and resumed his walk. Marinette and Adrien walked up the stairs to the apartment. So what's up? Adrien asked as they entered the main area. He took off his shoes and put his back on the floor near the kitchen table. Marinette eyed it. Here we go. Can we sit? Marinette started gesturing towards the couch. Yeah, sure. Adrien replied and they walked over. She took deep, steady breaths as they walked. Marinette? He furrowed his brows as he sat down next to her. Are you okay? Yeah, she said. She took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She felt Adrien put a hand on her arm and she opened them again. He was staring at her intently, studying her. Another nervous flip in her stomach. You can tell me anything, he said. I promise I won't judge you. Marinette, I care about you a lot and I want to help you. Her eyes watered and Adrien's gaze only grew more concerned. No, this is about you. I'm supposed to be telling you that, she cried. What? He tilted his head. I care about you too, she said. So much. You're one of my best friends and I just need you to know that I did this because I don't want you to hurt. I want you to be healthy and feel loved and happy. That's all I care about. A tear slipped down her cheek and Adrien wiped it away. Marinette, thank you, he breathed. But I don't understand. I just hope you're not too mad when I tell you what happened. She was going to throw up. Her belly was swarming with anxiety and the nausea was rising in her throat. A few more tears shed. I promise I won't be. Adrien swore and moved his hands to squeeze hers. Whatever happened, I want to help you. Marinette took a deep breath. It's not about me. I'm worried about you. He raised an eyebrow. I searched your back, she said finally, avoiding eye contact. She felt Adrien flinch. Which bag? He said slowly. The small one that you take with you everywhere. He tensed up this time. After a moment with no response, Marinette broke the silence. Adrien? He dropped her hands and ran his fingers through his hair, slumping in his seat. What did you see? Adrien refused to look at her. All of it? She said. The needles, the pen, that white thingy. Fuck, she heard him mutter to himself. Father's gonna kill me. Your dad's been providing all that? Marinette couldn't help but yell. Adrien Agreste was giving Adrien drugs? Well, now something started to click at least. For some reason, Gabriel was okay with his son's new activity and encouraged the teachers to look the other way when he did it. What was wrong with this man? Well, yeah. Adrien ran his hands down his face. How else would I get access to that? Your father shouldn't be doing that, Marinette snapped. It's not right. Adrien, you need help. He shouldn't be helping you get away with this. If he was a good parent, he would try to stop it. I knew he was cold, but... Marinette, what are you talking about? Adrien furrowed his brows. She couldn't tell if he was angry or not, but she could see confusion and heart in his eyes. This is helping me. That's why I'm taking it. No, Adrien, it's not helping. Tears ran down her face again. I know this may seem like the only way out right now, but you have other options. You have people who are willing to support you. You have me, and I want to help. I want to help because you're so important to me, and I can't bear to see you like this, she sobbed. Adrien grabbed her shoulders in an effort to get her to stop crying. I don't think you fully understand, Marinette. He rubbed her arms. This is the only thing that will work. You just need to try, she pleaded. Please, we can fix this together. I promise you we will. I won't let the drugs take control of you. If you're hurting, then tell me. I want to... Wait. Adrien stopped her. Drugs? What drugs? Don't act dumb, I saw them. You just admitted that your father gave you access. Marinette wiped her nose with the back of her sweatshirt sleeve. I saw the needle cap fall off your back a few days ago, so I decided to check your stuff because I was really worried. You had been sick for like a week and then out of school for another, and I was scared that you were hurting your body. Then when I saw the drugs in your bag, Marinette. Adrien cupped her face, wiping away all of her tears. He smiled. Thank you for caring so much. But I'm not on drugs. He chuckled a little. This isn't funny, Marinette yelled. How are you laughing right now? I promise you I'm not on drugs. But I have type 1 diabetes.